This segment of ScentBlocker Most Wanted is brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Deer nutrition is all we do. And by S4 Gear, meeting the demands of nature and those who tame it.
On this week's edition of Rack Focus, we conclude our discussion on gun control.
I don't think a lot of the hunters out there understand the ramifications a lot of these laws are going to have against law-abiding people, especially ones that hunt.
Although most of us are focused on archery, we're hunters. And the day has come where common sense doesn't apply. We're dealing with the federal government. Common sense doesn't apply. We're dealing with state governments. Unfortunately, common sense doesn't apply. We all know that a car does not kill people. It's the guy that's drunk driving it. The same way a gun doesn't kill people. It's the lunatic that's holding it and committing the crime. But common sense can't prevail in our society for whatever reason. So what do? It's a terrible scenario, but I hope everybody that hears us realizes it is time to join the NRA. It is time to join SCI. It is time to be active in your local gun club and vote.
They're coming after this Second Amendment, and this is something I'm pretty passionate about. And there's not a single one of them that will openly admit that. And they'll all say, hey, we're not coming after your guns. We don't want to mess with the Second Amendment. As far as I'm concerned, they're liars. There's several of them, 4 or 5 of them, that's flatly stated that they would, like to take all guns away. And they'll try to ease into it, and they'll use emotion. And I was sick to my stomach last year when Sandy Hook happened. And I think each one of you probably were too. I mean, it just made me just literally sick to my stomach. And what happened to Gabby Giffords? Absolutely horrible. She deserves our compassion. Those families at Sandy Hook deserve our compassion. But no matter what kind of tragedy happens with individuals or those groups, it shouldn't lead to our constitutional rights being taken away from us. They're trying to use that emotion to stir people up into saying, well, yeah, you can just give up a little bit. And all that little bit does is lead to more and more and more. I don't care what they say. They're doing their absolute best to infringe on the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment says it shall not be infringed.
Any politician that truly believes gun control is going to help decrease crime is just ignorant, needs to be removed from office, period. I mean, at the end of the day, that is just the most ignorant, unprofessional thing that they could do. It's irresponsible management, and they're not doing their job upholding the Constitution and should be removed from office, period.
To be a part of the discussion and view the entire conversation, you can go to facebook.com/ScentBlocker Most Wanted. The day of the giraffe is finally here, and everybody in camp is going along.
For the first time ever that Scott's going hunting today, he's actually going to be looking like this. For something to shoot. All right, boys.
Uncle Johnny.
Yes, ma'am.
How many pair of Converse shoes do you have?
This one and another 15.
Yeah. Every day you're in a new pair. You're as bad as a woman.
Yeah, last night I had my black ones on. Those are my going out ones.
I like those.
Going out.
These are my hunting ones. These. Scotty, we are waiting for BBB, Big Bad Bob. And you know what happens when you're late? Bob, yes! Good afternoon, Bob. I need 2 of those springbuck today, or both of them. There will be blood.
That's him. That's the black one. He's out there about a half a mile away, but we can see him. He's big and he is black. There's a big black giraffe that we're after here, and he's with a couple young bulls and a couple cows. And we're coming around getting the wind on him. And actually, if he goes into this area, it's a lot easier to recover. If he goes down into that deep, heavy stuff, it's hard to get in there with a truck. If we do shoot him, it'll be really difficult to get him out. So we're hoping he kind of heads out here into this open country. Okay, we're ready to go. He's over there now, about a mile away. We have the wind in our favor. We're gonna head through the bush and sneak over put a stalk on him.
If there's a situation, just stay together. Don't run. Just stick together, okay?
What we don't know for sure is when we get closer if he's going to come charging at us or if he's going to turn and walk away. We don't know, but he's done both. See, he has all these other giraffes with him, and so when they run, he runs too. And they're out, and they just took off like crazy, so they're way out in front of us. The rest of that herd knows what's going on, and they are out of here. It's going to be a long day.
ScentBlocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by IQ. Center the dot for the perfect shot. Block, history's toughest targets. And by Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe. ScentBlocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by Winchester Rifles and Shotguns. Trust your hunt to a Winchester. Easton, expect the best. Ford, and your quality Ford dealers. The Redemption muzzleloader from LHR Sporting Arms. Made for a lifetime, not for a season. And by Gilbreth's Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of ScentBlocker Most Wanted.
None of our hunts would be possible without a lot of help and coordination from all of the outfitters, landowners, and guides that we work with throughout the year. In South Africa, Scott, Johnny, and the entire entourage have been on a foot race. The aggressive old bull hooked up with a herd that kept leading them farther and farther away. So after hours on the run, the decision was made to get back in the trucks and try to close the distance. But as they got closer to where they last saw the herd, the bull showed his true personality, the one that earned him such a bad reputation.
If we could get around the other side of this, that he's standing straight towards us. I just need a shot at his chest.
Try to stay in group, okay?
Yards. You want me to try it? It's a long shot.
You're the winner. You've done it. I've been with you before, Scotty. Shoot your target, Connor. Scotty, if I didn't treat, give him a good shot, eh?
Ready? Yep, the wind took it. Wind took it to the side. I didn't give it enough wind. Come, let me get him. Come on.
wind took it. I mean, it was heading straight for that, and then it went top left-hand lung.
Yeah.
Clipped the top left-hand lung. There's good blood. We have him visual. When he knew that we were onto him, he became clever then. From us being chased by him, we were chasing him.
You could tell that Scott was really frustrated with himself. We've all been there, screwed up a shot or anything in life when it really mattered. But like we've said before, luckily he was shooting a rage.
Look, see how big heavy pieces coming out right here? He's really bleeding heavy. This is the new, the Rage Hypodermic. Brand new this year. It did a heck of a job on it. Here's a bunch of Johnny up here. There he is. Oh, the size. I've never been this close to one. Never saw one like this. My word. Well, folks, I'm in Africa, in South Africa, with Johnny Vivier Safaris, WJVS. And I've met Johnny years ago, and I've been with him 3 times now, and every time is just a tremendous experience. And I'll tell you, if you're a bow hunter and you say, you know, I'd like to do that, this is doable. This happens to me every time when I'm at a really big animal or just a special time. It's just, I'm so humbled. It's an amazing experience to be beside an animal like this. It's almost a ritual or almost something spiritual. It's amazing. You know, these are all God's creations, and we get, as we're supposed to, as men and hunters, we hunt them. That's an amazing deal. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And a great trophy to take as well, Scott. It's time for him to move on now. He's old, and that's why he's so black and so big. Couldn't have gone to a nicer man, and I'm glad you helped us out there. It was a bit of a problem, this giraffe. He was starting to get really ornery, starting to find us hunters walking around the bush chasing us, and he was just becoming a problem, and time to take him out, and I'm glad that you did, Scotty. Thank you so much for that.
All right.
We really appreciate that. Appreciate you as well, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you so much.